That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome.
Hello there.
And my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me Fuck all that shit, just let me go.
Yeah, broadcasting live from Art of Europe. This is the most badass YouTube broadcast in the known land. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Tommy C. I have no idea how long we're going to be around. Ball behind the glass. How are you, sir?
Yo, what's up, guys?
I want to, I didn't do this so much with Augie, but I want to express my, I don't know, sorrow is the right word, disappointment. I guess there's no point in, I suppose I could express my anger, but I think I'm going to play this like H3. You know, I can't. First of all, Augie going down as far as demonetization, I am 100% against that. 100%. It's like in Nick's video. It just, when you fool with even the right wing jokes, the hard right jokes, you're really begging for trouble. But there was a part of me that wondered if that was just it. We really didn't. I wouldn't consider Augie like a right-wing broadcast. I think it's like a hard right, alt-right broadcast, or even blood sports. But you could probably make the case, Nick mentioned in his video, but it's still bullshit for Augie. And to see Tipster go down, I can't express how disappointed I am in that, and how angry I am, and just these are very tough times for people who want to speak out and call the wrongs out and mock people in power like Susie Liu. I hear a lot of this horse shit called truth to power. Well, it seems like when the commentary community does it, it's harassment, which is a subjective term, and usually only applied to silence people. So, yeah, and there's a very good chance that we could be next.
Very good chance.
Very good chance that we could be next. And the only difference between, it could be sayonara time for me. I can't justify that. And the fact that this is going on the way it is, and just the state of, I just see people getting shouted down over this. Anybody that has an issue with this meme of systemic racism is somebody of white privilege. This white privilege is the most openly racist term that I've ever come across. It really is. It's justifying racism. And you have this and all criticism, and we saw this it was kind of a joke during Gamergate. And then if you look at Tipster's content, it's just so frustrating because it doesn't even approach harassment. Harassment is like, I don't know what that fucking jackass is doing to me. Futuristic Hub. That's harassment. It's repeatedly going. It's not making videos on a development, on an ongoing case for a more powerful YouTuber. And let me tell you something. I'll tell you what's going on behind the scenes, folks. I've told you guys, I've kind of hinted at them. I kept quiet. I learned about them around 2000. I heard about them in 2017. I learned about them in 2018, especially in London. I've made a bunch of I've made a bunch of what did he got? The Nightbot's here now. Yeah. Wait, you can't spam now, or like what's the deal?
No,
how many times?
Fuckhead.
What's that?
Because he said fuckhead.
Knock it off. No, it's not. I did that. I wrote knock it off. What did he do though? Okay. I want to totally turbo or timed out. Like, what did he do? That's what I want.
I
Hey, speaking of the Nightbot, guys, I'm going to get that working. If it's a little too strict, nothing's permanent with the Nightbot. Nothing. Well, we're just going to get to work. I'll be honest with you. It's for that jackass, what's his name? And unfortunately, we have had to ban the hard ER. So please refrain from the hard ER. And username as well. Sorry, N-word gaming, you're gone. As much as I like you. Yeah. So yeah, that's I think username as well. So look, if you guys got problems with the Nightbot, tell me. Not necessarily in the chat, maybe like email, and we'll fix that. But going back to what I was saying before, what the fuck was I saying before? Going back to what I was saying before, yeah, it's everything's kind of getting lined up as harassment. And this Gamergate reality is here. We used to laugh at the feminists. It's now it's reality. It's any kind of criticism, any. You know, that's why I'm just not a left-wing guy, man. Left-wing is the home of cancel culture. Okay, so what did proxies get hit for? View deleted message. What do you write? Oh, so they all wrote it.
A crying emoji?
Oh, no.
Oh, it's weird.
No!
Okay, yeah,
It's already doing that. All right, I think I could do something about that now. Hold on, folks. I don't want to... No, we're not. Look, this is a work in progress, boys and girls.
It's still in its
I'll just get rid of that one because the spam protection is. I think that's this one. Links? Oh, I don't think I enabled that. Disable. Disable.
Oh God, yeah.
That links are already banned.
Yeah,
SS caps. Yeah, we'll see what happens. All right, I think I fixed it. Yeah, log out. All right, fine. Try it now. Try a smiling emoji now. What if her name is Karen? Permafrost, here's one for the road. Thank you. So, yeah, I mean, I think what you're going to start seeing is I'm already hearing this stuff. We're going to see is mostly powerful YouTubers, but if you're lucky like Susie Liu, and they're going to your people that have a lot of contacts and protections with inside the company will be protected, and I'm telling you, we don't got any here. And the more you have, or the more clout, which is going to be a lot of sucking up to YouTube. That's going to I'll tell you right now. You get 100K to contact, go to those parties in London, and that's it. And those guys, you're going to constantly be going, well, why did this guy get banned for that? And that guy does the same thing because he has more context than the other guy. That's what's going to happen. Okay. It's done. It's a done deal. It's already happening. There are YouTube. This is already happening behind the scenes. It's done. Okay, good. Now I got to... I'm sorry. It's a work in progress. A work in progress. Is John Swan gay? I wouldn't bet against it.
I would say yes.
There is... well, I wouldn't say yes.
Some vibes.
There is something feminine about him, I suppose. You know what I mean? It's just funny to see him get famous and watch him handle it. It is kind of he handles it much differently than a lot of other people, but hey, more power to him. He definitely earned it.
Good context.
Yeah. It's probably a little tougher to hit but so, we'll see what happens going forward. That's all I can tell you. I can also tell you that there's effort going on to kind of counteract this as well. But these are all things that are going to take place. This is the wrong way to do it. You're supposed to do it like with the community guideline system. Now it's who you know. It's already like you know what? It's already been like that. Now it's just an open fucking secret. And I would encourage a lot of you guys to start talking about this Now, I can't give you any without, giving away sources and stuff, but you can use me as a source. YouTubers are collecting contacts within the company, especially in London, and using them to attack each other and also defend themselves. That's why a 100K YouTuber was on, just by complete randomness, was on YouTube Rewind. That's why. It's just that simple. So, you guys up and coming, this is this incestuous relationship. YouTube may, if you pressure them, it's like, maybe, because I would be all for this has got to stop. But then again, the problem with that is when we get our videos back up, if we have no incestuous relationship, there's no way to get the stuff back up. But it'll also keep, I think Susie Lou is probably the first person that I'm aware of to use it on offense. Of course, H3 is rumored of doing that. He doesn't do anything to help himself break free of that. But yeah, that's it. So I'm going to do a new show. We're going to go over some stuff. I'll take your calls. I'll do all that good stuff. But first, I want to go into what I think is probably the most important thing we have to date is Keemstar's apology. And I noticed somebody wrote, you're still leeching off to Keemstar? I guess assuming I'm not going to really... This is not necessarily something I like. A lot of people say that Keemstar capitulated. Keemstar, like he bent the knee, and yeah, maybe he did. But you can't be a YouTuber if you don't have a YouTube channel. So I got to be honest with you. For all the rotten stuff that he's done and the criticisms of him and what have you, I got to be honest with you. All these crazy rulings by YouTube, H3, it's only forced me and him and others, like the Quartering, closer together. On principle. I feel like I'm a Keemstar defender. It's almost feel like I'm baited again. And I'm not going to knock him for this. This is what he does for a living. This is probably why I can't be more outspoken. I was more outspoken than I wanted to be. I'm straight, you bad man. John's on, everybody. I don't know, you are a bit feminine. First of all, I don't care if you're gay, John. Proof. I don't care if you're gay at all.
That's a lot of money, I guess, for a person.
I mean, half your friends are queer.
Yeah,
It would make me bad if I thought you were gay. What was? Is there something wrong with being gay, John? You're a homophobe. Wow, John Swan's a great YouTuber and very, very, very intelligent guy. A very intelligent guy. Somebody told him that and he fucking ran over here. Thank you for the donation, John. I do appreciate it. But no, I can't blame him. Keemstar probably deserves to lose his channel for 1,000 things. But it isn't a video with the plunger. It shouldn't be for criticism, H3. I do think that Keemstar, I've said this before, that he's created a lot of this with his revenge list. And it finally kind of bit him in the ass. But I want people to get, I want the system, I want to just like random fucking no strikes and pulling people's monetization. It is probably a lot more effective, than, it's definitely a lot more effective than the strike system, I'm sure. But, I mean, that means everybody's going to grab him by the balls. If that's one thing that Trump should get involved in, is breaking up, not necessarily Google, but AdSense. That is a monopoly. If you don't have AdSense, you can't make money. Period. And that's something that Google controls that needs to be broken up. That needs to be split up in 4 different companies so they can compete each other. Because that's real capitalism. What we have now is, and you watch, all the lefties will say, no, we shouldn't break AdSense up. That's because they want to control it. No one should be a deplatform, but we do have to be reasonable. Certainly you shouldn't be deplatform for fucking the videos made on Keem and vice versa. And definitely Gokunaros. Well, here's the thing, Blue Firefly. You got to think a little bit. You don't have a right to come on my show and talk. I don't have to platform you. But, it's a little different argument with these big corporations that seem to control the public square. That's a different argument. I don't have to platform you. I shouldn't be made to platform you. John?
No, I mean, because like you're talking on a platform, and you don't need to have people come on your sub platform.
I don't. Technically,
you know what I mean?
if I don't take your call, I'm platforming you. It's my show. I can run it the way I want. I think the problem is the biggest parts of the internet, the place where you can get noticed, are through these corporations that deplatform you simply based on political ideology or political trends, and that is a problem. If they control the public square, I think good government needs to come in and tell them you can't do that. I mean, we got Jackson war with Trump directly. John, I don't care if John's gay or not. All right, this is what Keem did, and I'm sure it was very, very difficult knowing him.
Hello, guys. I am making this video to inform you of what's going on and to apologize. I have been suspended from the YouTube partnership program for 2 weeks. A couple weeks ago, I re-uploaded the Gokenaro documentary on H3H3. This original video was removed off of YouTube in 2019 when YouTube updated their policy on bullying and harassment. There was a scene in that documentary that was considered simulated violence against the creator, that being H3H3. When I re-uploaded this documentary to Drum Alert, we edited out the guns and replaced those with toilet plungers. And we removed the gun sound effects and replaced those with squeaky noises. I thought by doing that, I was turning this scene into comedy and that I wouldn't be breaking the rules, but I was wrong. YouTube still seen that as bullying and harassment. They still seen it as simulating violence against a creator. And that video was taken down. I've never...
Not once the H3 stood up and say, YouTube, you got this wrong. That's not simulated violence. That's not what I'm talking about with harassment. He just has no guts. H3H3 is a gutless wonder. He is a leech on this platform, and all he does is suck everything, including you, dry, with like things like FUPA money, so he can continue. He is 10 times worse than Keem. He is 10 times phonier than Keem. Actually, Keem's not that phony. He's a bad guy on the surface. H3H3 is the fucking worst. He is no longer one of us, and I don't know how any of you guys can watch him. He is such a fraud. Like his takes on anything. I wouldn't trust his take on changing a fucking kid's diaper. Nothing. You don't know where he's coming from. He is a backstabbing fraud, and he should have spoke up and said, regardless of my problem, fucking Cornering doesn't like fucking Augie. Augie doesn't like Cornering and Tipster, and we don't like him. And me and Keem have a long history. But continually, when it comes to principles of free speech, free expression, and keeping people platformed, us low-life drama YouTubers are the most consistent. Keem even got my friend Kraut and T's channel back up. By the way, Kraut and Tea drinking party, here, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Saturday. Kraut and Tea 200K party, right here, announcing it now. See you all there. It's going to be me, Kraut, Nick, and it's going to be a good time. And he was on the other team. We have been consistent. They have not. And what is fucking H3 whining and crying about? Oh, everybody thinks I'm a platformer. Oh. Leafy accused me. Oh. What's fucking worse? This? Or are you being accused? What?
If you check your DMs, H3 did say, I wish you would re-upload it without the ending so that you would get the views at least. Because H3 did say, re-upload it, but don't have that ending.
What the fuck? He just got taken down by YouTube. Yeah. What the hell does he have to say about it?
That's what he.
Now, what does he care? Seriously. Why is that one thing? And you have an inside contact, knowing if they just took the ending out when he gets executed with plungers? This is the same thing. This is my tweet this morning. Let me show it to you. It seemed to strike a nerve, at least on my account. It is amazing to me that H3 Production finds it so offensive to be linked like things like deplatforming, demonetization, and vague YouTube rules. Yet he speaks out against none of it. And publicly, this is what you're telling me, publicly rationalize why the above is justified. And that's what he did. Well, if you just take the ending out, bullshit. Yeah. Bullshit. And this is why people believe he's got something to do with it. This is exactly why they believe it. Because there's always, well, if you do this and you do that and you split hairs and you read minds, you should be against this across the board. This is why people gave you money that you never tried to re-raise money for. I understand it costs a lot of money to defend yourself. I don't mind having you find him, but you didn't fucking try to put any money. You just dropped it as soon as it was done. That's a fucking good criticism. You can start it again tomorrow. You know why? You're in with YouTube, and others aren't, and you can use it as a weapon, or at very least, as self-defense. That's why people believe this. No one's ever been able to prove it. It's because you don't care. You don't fucking care. And they think you're a fake from 2016. Why is it so hard to compute? Oh, poor fucking me. Everybody says I'm like a sleepy son. Fuck you. Really, fuck you and your asshole. Poor baby. Multi-million-dollar poor baby. Jesus Christ. If you stopped working tomorrow, you wouldn't have to ever work again. What, nobody else can get through? You're the gatekeeper? Augie can't have a career? Tipster can't have a career? Quartering can't have a career? Only you? It's only bad when it happens to you? You're only deplatformed or censored when it happens to you? What about everybody else? You jackass! Oh, poor me! Poor me, poor me, poor me! Fuck you! You live in a fucking $10 million house! Give back!
But Tommy, it's only $9 million.
You'd be getting coffee for attorneys if it wasn't for YouTube, Ethan! You're not that fucking smart! You're just a guy! And the reason you're not just a guy is because of YouTube. Fuck everybody else. And we should have known. Don't give Pyro a platform to, don't give Pyro a platform to speak. You tried to fuck him. You're playing YouTube, you were playing games because you couldn't fucking stand the fact that you're putting more into my content than these guys with their video games and their commentary. Thanks so much for the 10, by the way. You're a garbage can. A living, breathing garbage can. The worst kind. Yeah, Team's a backstabber and he's a player too. But there's one thing he won't do is ruin the platform. Or at least deliberately. How much you want to bet he's going to... You know, and if I know Keem, he's going to start playing games like all the other big YouTubers are. Now, the rules are out the window thanks to H3. What a garbage can. A garbage can. I don't know how else to put this. You say you don't give a shit, respond to every one of his tweets? The goddamn thing was a month and a fucking half ago? Rumor is, YouTube told you to knock it the fuck off. Oh, the only guy that gets demonetized for 2 weeks is Keem. How'd that happen? Boy, you're thinking like, wow, YouTube, quit making me look like I'm actually having influence over this shit. Because what an incredible coincidence this is. It just keeps happening. You're the unluckiest guy in the world. Or the luckiest, depending on how you look at it. Nothing would be better if H3H3 became unpopular on this site. It would be like cancer dying on its own. It would be cancer dying on its own. It's like, wait, hey, it's not malignant. You're fine. I can't believe it. Good. Take your podcast, stick it up your ass. You suck. From what I understand, you're ripping off Sam Hyde anyway. I'll deal with this son of a bitch right here. But you? It's like you're playing cards with somebody and you can see your fucking hand. It's called cheating. You're a cheat. And now everybody's gonna cheat because it's the only way they keep up. That's why you're like these athletes that pump themselves up full of goddamn steroids. Everybody starts doing it, the league looks the other way, then everybody's pumping themselves up with steroids. And you're too stupid to come to terms with that. Because you don't care. Because if it all falls apart tomorrow, you got your fucking house. How's your kid gonna look? I hope your kid figures out this shit. Because here's the thing. As big a wacko asshole man-child that I am, when my kid looks back at my YouTube history, I won't be a rat. I won't be a backstabbing rat. I won't be a phony. I'll be flawed, but I won't be a fake. You're a fraud. And that's what your kid's going to look up. That you're on both sides of every issue and did everything you could to claw your way up to the top. My kid won't see that. He'll see a hustler.
I had a strike on my channel. And with that video taken down, I just received a warning, but I also received this punishment of being suspended from the YouTube partnership program for 2 weeks. So I wanted to make this video to, one, say that I fully understand the rules now. I much better understand the rules.
That's a lie. Nobody understands the rules. What rule is it you lose your monetization for 2 weeks? Oh, I know the rules. The one they call you up and they warn you, give you a vague warning. You don't understand shit, Keem. And I understand. Look, I'm not dumping on him here. He's got to do this horse shit. Hey, go on there and say you understand the rules.
Money, I guess.
Well, what rule do I understand? I'm just getting my shit taken away. Say it. I know how shit works. Laura B. Users are part of the partner programs must have some sort of rights and independent contractors. Depending on the country, Laura. But, here's the thing. When you get the government involved in something like that, it probably makes it worse. That's the thing. We're damned if we do and damned if we don't. You get the government involved, then nobody's making fucking money. And it's just a different fucking gatekeeper besides YouTube. What do they call that when you promote your fucking family? Like through a business? I forget what that's called.
Yeah, me too.
I forget the word.
I know what you mean.
You have special preferences. You have special preferences for family members or some horse shit like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Starts with a P. I stole Joe Cronin content, and your kid remembered you as a thief and a wannabe. I stole Joe Cronin's content.
Wait,
nepotism.
Joe Cronin has fans?
Stole Joe Cronin's content.
Yeah, nepotism, yeah.
I made Joe Cronin thousands, and I think I saw $100 of it. Nepotism. That's the word. H3H3 is like that deer on the Twitch council.
That's your opinion.
There you go.
I mean, Keem is an asshole in public. He's gonna come up to you and tell you, I'm an asshole.
Well, at least look, I'm gonna go this far. He's a bad guy. All right, I don't take anything that I said back.
I'm trying to be
all
nice,
right,
but yeah.
unless I got something wrong. Okay, but I always knew, like, one thing about Keem is he doesn't want other people, even his enemies, to lose their channel.
Everybody fucking loses that. No fucking money goes to anybody. The fucking drama's gonna be dead if the other guy's challenge just gets deleted.
What did I steal from Cronin? The shock jock thing?
Bert sees he's just trolling you.
Yeah, that's still Bert sees content. Is that their new thing? I lose and I stole everything. Name one bit that I stole from them. I know Kenny's fucking trying to get me to talk about him. Guess what, Kenny? You lose. There's bigger people to talk about than you.
But to also spread the message out to the community of what the rules are. Because when I uploaded that video, I didn't think I was
That's who I ripped off, Don Imus.
breaking the rules. But that is how strict YouTube is on the bullying and harassment guidelines.
That are vague.
And I understand where they're coming from. They're trying to make the platform better for creators. And based on talking to them, I understand that I broke the rules and that
Name the rule. I know what you say. The creator on creator harassment, which is vague in itself.
I am sorry.
It's like I wanted to be the guy to make him bend the knee like that. I wanted to be that guy.
And not fucking YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Certainly not a rat like H3H3. That's what he is. He's a rat. Cheese face rat.
It's just fucking sad.
Yeah.
It's just fucking sad, man. It's like what's the fuck gonna happen to us now? Are we next?
Probably.
Yeah, I know, but like, is this shit gonna be over?
Nah, probably not. I think it's getting crazier as we get closer. I told you that I thought Trump will get. I said this. I think in 2018 and 19, August, Trump's account.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see all sorts of stuff like this. If I really start going pro Trump, I will get clipped. I guarantee you that. Guarantee you that.
Yeah. Like fucking Crowder, yeah.
Yeah. There's another guy you could really blame. I mean, my parents are worth $100 million.
Fucking
Carlos Maza got this off because he was trying to silence people that have a different political opinion than they do. Why is it that every political opinion that the Democrats disagree with is evil?
Because they're the good guys. And we're the bad guys.
Because, I mean, it's everything. Low taxes. That's evil. Everything winds up to evil. Evil. You're evil.
Evil must be
everybody plays bad person on that side of the aisle. Just a bad person. Well, I don't know. I don't think I can hang in here without fucking monetization. I think I might be done I might do one podcast once in a while, but it's for full time. I don't know.
It's just like, wow.
Yeah.
Is this the year?
I said it was last year, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
I started off good because in February, that's what it is happening.
You were almost on the money there.
Mm.
Turns out you were a fucking year late.
Mm. Why are you making it about politics? It's not a company. Why do I make it about politics? Because everything that I despise about cancel culture comes from the left.
Oh, also YouTube is now starting.
It's funny that the thing is, you make it about politics, yet the same voices that are political are for all those things. That's one of the reasons I can't support these fucking protests, because BLM is a cancel culture group.
And YouTube is now going to.
I'm sorry. Like the cop in Paw Patrol being removed does not help George Floyd, and that's why it's about politics. This is all political. It's all political because it's all about power, and politics is the pursuit of power. So yeah, you can sit there and try to divorce politics from this, because maybe it makes you feel good, or maybe you are a left winger, and it's impossible to deny the mounting evidence that your side is not the free speech side. But yeah, the same voices seem to say that's why I can't support the Floyd's protest. I mean, I could support fucking those cops being tried and convicted, but I can't support BLM. I can't support the protest. Certainly not going to support the riots. And I'm not supporting the insurgency that appears to be happening in Seattle. I think you've given up your protest status and you have become a soldier when you start saying this is autonomous. And I don't care what's done to you. Well, bunch of right-wing fucking, Nazis go into a town. They say, this is ours. You bet your fucking ass the FBI will be smoking skinheads left and right. And nobody gonna cry a tear. So, well, there you go. Hard to watch. Hard to watch. Oh, I didn't set up my fucking... Oh, no, did I? 6-9. Let's see what else we got. Actually, I'll take a quick call. Let me pull a caller in.
Okay. All right, I'll pull a random one.
Pull a rando.
Isaac, you're on the air.
All right. So back to the the YouTube censorship problem.
Yeah.
How do you think this is going to affect the future of YouTube?
I think there'd be haves and have-nots.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
There be a blatant favoritism towards...
Yeah, there already is. There already was. Now it's just on the surface. But Susie Lou brought this right to the surface.
And it's almost like we have a few creators that are just like... that are above that. And it's like they're going to be promoted as time goes on. Mm-hmm. Alongside these other corporations, just to make people feel like YouTube is still a free platform. Hmm. And
yeah, well, it's not. I mean, I suppose
quite frightening, actually.
Yeah. I don't know what else to tell you. I don't have any insight. I mean, I've been railing about this stuff for years now, and it's very much on the surface. And
it started in 2016.
All right. Yeah. Well, even before that, actually, you know what happened is. Here's a dirty secret. The left lost their first cultural war in Gamergate, and it was a shockwave. After that was sorted out, Trump was elected. So all this is about Trump. That's what really happened. Yeah. So they think they got. I don't know that they did or not. I kind of think they might be right. They got Trump elected. That's the way they see it.
There's a lot of internet culture that influenced stuff.
I think so too. I think so too. I mean, you go back and you think of Milo Yiannopoulos and the influence that he had, and it was a good time. 2014, 15, 16, it was good times. But traditionally Silicon Valley has been left-leaning, and you have this sort of conglomerate of people that are not necessarily like Rush Limbaugh right, or not even like hard right, but just people that are not in lockstep with things. So I do think it comes down to that. All right. You're gonna have to hang up on these guys. I'll talk to you later, man. Right. I'm gonna go over some of this stuff. I'll tell you to pull up callers. So what am I looking at here?
All right. So FaZe Barker. He's a FaZe Clan editor who was caught using self-harm to sexually harass suicidal people, and sending them fucking dick pics and other weird stuff.
What? So this, I imagine this blackout is of him cutting his wrist or something, or maybe he's dead.
Yeah, that or a dick pic.
Yeet. Tom, hello. Please don't hurt yourself anymore. I won't.
So it's him cutting himself.
This dude you're with is a full-on loser. Oh, girls, why are you so obsessed with him? Because I like him. Snore. Dude is a weirdo. I think you're hella cute.
He's in FaZe.
So this girl is supposedly like suicidal or something? So he was an editor for FaZe Clan? Yeah, we didn't.
No. Because he would fucking look like he would like try and be a suicidal person so that he would like get girls to fucking like.
He'd pretend he was suicidal
for him.
That's why you got to call some people out. They're bullshit from time to time. I'm just kidding. No, don't. Just call the cops. I don't believe you.
And one of the girls
I saw this cop show.
They were under. Yeah.
I saw this cop show when I was a kid, and I think it was from the 70s. And this cop was supposed to save this person, and he says, like, you ain't gonna do it. And it was a guy or girl, looks right in the cop's eyes, shocked as fuck, and just jumps. You know?
Yeah. Because this story is just pretty weird, and FaZe Clan, they dropped his ass the next day.
That's a weird story.
Yeah.
There's a possible dox in that video. No, I don't want to see that.
Yeah, don't click on that, but
don't click on that. All right.
Confirm with Snapchat.
Possible. I don't want to dox anybody. Thank you for putting that in there, by the way. Freak.
That was just for us to confirm that's
yeah,
Snapchat,
yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
What's this stuff? Barker phase. Yeah, exactly. I don't want you as a friend if you're not going to choose my side. Good to know. You know, noticing. I noticed this from obviously the Catholic Church. What I know about the Canadian juniors and hockey. If there is a place to change, like school growing up, if there is a place to take advantage of children, there is some motherfucker out there that's going to do it. Somebody is going to do it.
To have power over
once you have power over kids, weird stuff starts happening, and it usually has something to do with penis.
Yeah.
I've seen it over and over again.
Also, by the way, I just want to point this out. He lives in the UK.
Yeah.
The age consent is 16 in the UK.
It doesn't matter. He's taking advantage of people that have.
He's still taking.
He has cloud power. He is inside of that. It's really irrelevant. So he's not going to jail. Big deal. But he's still taking advantage of young people, right?
Yeah, he is.
How is it immature? Advantage my friend group and all my problem with you, LOL. It'd be fine with me just speaking to them. You right? No, laugh my ass off. It wasn't unreasonable. I'm being you, and I have multiple people confirm that you wanted to keep you as friend because I enjoyed talking to you, but W/E, I don't know all the way the kids. I don't care about what you say. Your friend group hated me. Blah, blah. Yes, this is fucking weird. And then I guess FaZe Clan cut him off.
Yeah, they dropped him almost like the next day. Like all the shit came out, like they fucking dropped his ass.
Yeah, well, good for them.
Yeah.
Well, do we need better? Nah, just kidding. We have ended our relationship with FaZe Barker, one of our former team editors. He no longer has any association with FaZe Clan. Shoe Nice is back on Twitter. Why does he call himself Shoe Nice?
Because he likes shoes and he's nice.
I'm so sick of the riots. I'm not covering it. Let's check out Girl Score.
Right, I'm at my mum's caravan, and she's been on the phone to Herms for 1 hour because her parcel hasn't turned up in 9 bloody days. Where is it? I'm not joking. You cut her off. You think this woman looks impressed by your service? Well, tell her, Mum. How long have you been waiting for?
8 days.
8 days, and still... What did you say?
It's still at the hub.
It's still at the hub, so where is the parcel?
I hate when influencers do this.
Yeah, it's kind of.
I hate that.
like,
John Cena was the first guy I saw do this shit.
Yeah, because like you expect to get something just because you're fucking famous or to get something.
Yeah. You know, I think he has I hate this. I've never done this once, by the way.
Good.
You know, and there's all these small companies over here. If they start getting tweet after tweet after tweet, they do it. Even somebody small as me.
Yeah, they'll bet on me.
I hate that. Yeah. John Cena was the first guy. I guess he was at Walmart. He's like, boy, you have some really rude service here in Walmart. You know, you're guaranteed getting the guy fired, right?
Bruv.
You better really deserve it if you go that route. And to be perfectly honest, you don't need to go social media. If you say you're John Cena and call somebody back there, they'll be terrified you go to social media. So you probably should handle it that way. Listen, Norden's going through some serious shiza. Norden? That's like a Arab name, isn't it?
Norden? No.
No, Norden. That's FaZe Rain, right?
Yeah.
I've been exactly where he is right now. I thought she weren't having a drug problem. It's a lot more complicated. I don't know. I know that comes from 2 years ago, but I really resented the fact that we put all this evidence out there that he was public about having a drug problem, and then he said he didn't, and then we kind of nailed him on the Keemstar's movie on Floozy Tube. Anyway, that doesn't have anything to do with this. I'm not rooting against Norden. We love and care for him unconditionally. This hasn't been easy for anyone. We'll get through it. Yeah, it kind of sucks.
He's been going through a tough time. Poor FaZe Rain.
This is funny.
I want you guys to imagine something real quick, okay?
Imagine you make a video about Black Lives Matter and you put a fundraiser and it raises around $32,000 within the first 3 days. Now imagine Jake Paul makes a video 3 days later and puts your fundraiser, that's me, the organizer. And then you go to Jake Paul's Twitter and you see that he's taken all the credit that you raised. And then you people, and I love you so much for doing this.
It's fucking funny. A lot of stuff goes on TikTok right now. I just do not want a TikTok account. I'm going to give those Chinese all their money.
Jake Paul, scumbag.
This Brazilian YouTuber, Margar, has over 174,000 subs. Is banned from Twitch, suspended from Twitter, banned from Facebook. YouTube demonetized their channel because of racist speech. Videos at Xbox Gamer George Play. Well, what'd she say? What did they say?
A cultura negra é essa?
Oh shit! Where is he? Get him up!
Who posted this?
Get him over. Oh no, they got the thing is I'll read it. Actually, I don't have to read it. Is this? I'm gonna read what this guy supposedly said because obviously he speaks Spanish. Is this the black culture? So it's like a piece of shit, huh? So they have to go back to slave quarters. Oh boy, they should have never. Oh boy, this is all right. Fuck this guy. I don't care.
Get on that.
Fuck this guy.
Good job, Twitch.
He did it on Twitch? Yeah, Twitch.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like, this is racist speech, but I mean, well, see, I don't think this is permissible under the current rules, but it might be after something come in, but, there's got to be a line.
Especially with the timing of things now.
Well, I mean, he's just begging to fucking be coming after.
Yeah.
The problem is, nobody cares about coming after a guy like this. They care about somebody like me. I do not agree with the agenda of Black Lives Matter. I think it's extremist and anti-American. All right, I say that, and then I'm getting fucking all that shit. I've been watching Tucker Carlson and his criticisms of Black Lives Matter, and Disney pulls out, I'm sorry, they're criticisms. The Black Lives Matter is not above criticism. This is just hate. This is legitimate hate speech. The problem is, once you make rules about hate speech, everything becomes hate speech, and then it's used as a club. Oregon man admits to placing bomb at courthouse. This stuff's going to get more common. Left-wing terrorism.
At least it's not my people.
Oregon man pleaded guilty to placing a hoax bomb at the Deutsches County Courthouse, July 2019. Well, maybe this wasn't left-wing. I apologize. I thought this was related to... Why is this... Wait a minute. This has something to do with social media? Who wrote? Is somebody getting in trouble? It's you. Why does this have something to do with social media?
Seemed funny. I'll get rid of it.
What's funny about it?
It seemed like a story to goof
This is
on
just
these
straight.
guys.
This is straight. This has nothing to do with social media. Get the fuck out of here. All right. And of course, Minneapolis called. They wanted to defund the police. You know what's kind of funny? I heard they put like walls and barriers up over in that area of Seattle that has been declared autonomous. Why would they need walls? Yeah.
Wow.
This is good. Man tormented by mystery pizza deliveries to his house for almost a decade.
He's fucking dude. This guy's terrified.
As it turns out, this is good. This is just funny.
Yeah, whenever a car.
As it turns out, there is such thing as too much pizza. A Belgian man says he's been receiving pizza that he never ordered for over a decade. Well, this initially may seem like an annoying prank, except when you're hungry. I bet he got one or two when he's like, fuck it, I'll eat the pizza.
He's 65.
The victim says he's seen so many pizzas over the years that he shakes every time he sees a scooter coming down the street. Jean van Landgame, a 65-year-old resident of Turnhout, says, I'm sure I'm butchering that, says he delivers pizzas at his door night and day, Independent reports. The 65-year-old resident of Turnhout says why wouldn't he just like work out something with the local pizza? Well, I don't know. Almost a decade. Probably doesn't happen as often. He doesn't happen all the time.
But like he's 65. I don't think he knows. I don't think he can.
Oh, another I didn't know this. Get the fuck out of here. I cannot sleep anymore. I start shaking every time I hear a scooter. He told a local news outlet. I dread someone will come up and drop hot pizzas yet another time.
For a person of color.
I'm sorry. It's not funny, but it's funny. I dread pizzas. You see the protester get what? Crushed? Oh, I heard he got hit with one of the heads, one of those guys. Oh, anybody tears down those. Hey, have you noticed, Mr. Muslim, that like some of these far left, it kind of resembles Islam taking down monuments and shit?
Yeah,
have you noticed that? I've noticed that.
I'm not a fan of that.
That's kind of a Islamic terrorism thing to do. I remember when they blew up those Buddhist. Were they Buddhist? Buddhist statues in Afghanistan just before 9/11.
Yeah,
that's kind of a.
Like 10 years ago, some Saudi guy went to fucking China and had a fucking hammer and destroyed a bunch of statues.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like
destroying monuments doesn't change history; it just hides it. I know.
What size group are we looking at coming in?
What the fuck was that?
From 5 to 15.
We've only got 2 days to get a wild hog on the ground.
What the fuck?
Mostly nocturnal.
Shut up. What was that?
No, wait.
That was
what?
I don't know. Multiple Twitch streamers have been. Oh, the DMCA thing on Twitch.
Yeah, it's insane.
Well,
a lot of people
I may be done with Twitch. You still get all if you are a Twitch member on here, you still get all the dopey benefits and stuff like that. But I don't know how much. But I was gonna switch. I was like, I'll play Clone Hero over there. Nope. So I am probably gonna start playing Clone randomly. I'll put a little message out on Twitter. We can listen. It's kind of fun to listen to music on Mixer. So I'm probably gonna be using Mixer again. Mixer again. PewDiePie claims Jake Paul should have known better. That's an understatement. It's the understatement of the century. Joe Rogan does not buy Conor McGregor's retirement. Being full of Irish bullshit.
Yeah.
Ninja slams Jake Paul's disgusting content and looting scandal. You know what? Anybody else? Anybody else, I take that seriously. He deserves to be slammed. Just not, but Ninja just jumps on every. He's always got something to fucking say. I just don't. I can't take him seriously. This is sad news. A retired YouTube star FPSRussia reveals cancer diagnosis. Famous YouTuber Kyle FPSRussia Myers reveals that he has been diagnosed with cancer in an episode of Painkiller Already podcast. He retired in YouTube in 2016 and recently spent 2 months in prison of a restricted substance, marijuana, and has been the platform's most popular names in nearly 7 million subscribers. Yeah, he is a legend. Yeah, I know. We know what he does. He blows up everything. He also has a employee of his that was murdered under mysterious circumstances. We know the FPSRussia. I got to think. Let's see. What does he say? Married that he had a mole that been removed from his eye. Surgery actually was cancer, despite his doctor informing him that it wasn't. Ooh,
shitty doctor.
I don't want to say that because maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that unless I know for sure. I got the thing taken off my eye last week, and the doctor assured me because there were eyelashes growing through it that it was signing. Yeah, that doesn't mean. No, it's probably just. It might have been a freak. And it says not cancer. Myers did an impression of Lumbergh from Office Space to showcase the doctor spoke to him in a very low tone. Hold on a second.
So I got that. I got that thing taken off my eye last week, and what do you ask me? Like it wasn't cancer or anything, was it? And I was like, no. The doctor assured me that because there were eyelashes growing through it, that's a sign it's not cancer. Well, they call me.
He says eyelashes grow through. You're fine. You're Russian.
There you go. So it's cancer. They call me Friday, and she's like, she's like, the doctor would like to talk to you about your test results, and I'm like, okay, well, tell me. And she's like, well, he wants you to come in. I'm like,
yeah, that's not a good sign.
That's not a good sign.
No.
Well, I can't come in. And my dad just had come in that day, so like he literally has walked in the door like as I'm on the phone. And I'm like, I can't come in today. And it's Memorial Day weekend. So, like, it's going to be Tuesday, which is Tuesday, a couple days ago, before I can get in there and actually see this guy. I'm like, it'll be Tuesday before I can get in there to see him. Just tell me. And she's like, hang on, I'm going to get him.
Oh,
and I'm like, oh, this is bad. And the doctor comes on. He's like, so I was wrong. The test results came back. It's cancer. You have cancer. And I'm like, well, that sucks. He's like, yeah, we're gonna have to. He's like Lumbergh on Office Space. Yeah, we're gonna need to go back into your eye on Saturday and remove a little more skin on Sunday.
You Yankee traitor. I wish he started yelling at it in Russian. That'd been great. Well, I'm glad. I guess it's not going to be all right. In any case, a little bit of cancer. I don't think it's spread anywhere else. Oh, well, let's hope not. It didn't spread anywhere else.
Yeah, I mean, he is a legend on the platform.
Yeah, he's a legend on the platform for sure. Karina Koff. Why did you call me a snake ass hoe when I DM'd you? You don't even know me, and you're calling me a snake ass hoe. Well, apparently Tifu told him something.
No, because he said to her, because she tweeted out, my ex still follows my dog, but has unfollowed me on everything. Then David Dap said, when you date every dude in LA, that'll probably happen.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. I don't know. I've dated a woman. I missed her kid more than I missed her. Yeah, well, yeah, I've heard things about her. I don't find her as annoying as like half the other Twitch streamers.
She's on Facebook.
What the fuck is Kwebbelkop? What did he have my great-great-grandfather was a slave owner and had a plantation in South America. He ended up falling in love with one of his slaves. Who was he, Thomas Jefferson? Married her and had kids, and she's my great-great-grandmother. Love doesn't know any boundaries. Be kind and respect each other, BLM. How much would have bet he made that shit up? Although his hair's a bit curly. Oh, God, he's as dumb as a brick.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, you know this, like, there's so much virtue signaling going on, right? And they don't know how to do it because they don't give a shit about BLM any more than BLM gives a shit about murdered blacks. They only like
they just feel like they have to talk about this because everybody's talking about
I
this.
know. And he says, well, that great, love knows no boundaries. Apparently the new rule in YouTube, some of the content that creates harm to the YouTube ecosystem. And persistently inciting hostility between creators for personal gain. So I can't, like, be hostile towards somebody if it's for my... Oh, God. Well, there you go. Yeah, that means, like, anything that you say is for your personal... They literally made it legal. They put it official. You're only doing this for views. They actually put that in the fucking... the terms of service. Now when you say you're only doing it for views, you're accusing somebody of breaking the rules. And this is how dumb Kwebbelkop is. Although I heard he's brilliant when it comes to the algorithm. Last time I checked, Amsterdam isn't a country. I live in Amsterdam because it's simply the most beautiful country in the world. And then he actually went back at Kavas. Last time I checked, I wasn't asking you. Kwebbelkop is supposedly a huge dick to Aiden. I like that Aiden to come on and tell that story. It was kind of funny.
I really would like that.
Yeah.
That would be interesting. Yeah, Kwebbelkop.
Incel blows hand off with bomb mess for hot cheerleader. They let him stand there with the blood in his face? Or are those burns? Why didn't he go to the hospital?
Like burns.
What? Really? So he blew his hand off. His hand is gone. Breaking 911. We gotta start double checking them.
Yeah.
XQC gets checkmate and voice critical in 6 moves. Oh my God. There's only like one way you can do that. That would probably be a variation of the mate. I think it's mate in 4. So he probably did the same thing. And you have to move a certain pawn out.
Started, so we're expecting to see.
Oh, he did it in front of Nakamura? Oh my God, I got to see this.
And the game just
all right, that there is Hbomb. I think he's from New Jersey. That's Hbomb, which is funny because he's Japanese. He was a I guess he's in his I'm trying to think when I was really into chess back when I was in Iraq. I think he was, I want to say he's 18 or 19. So he's probably in his early 30s. A little gray, huh? Really talented player, had potential to be international grandmaster and competitive at a high level, but it's so hit. But he's still a great player. GM Nakamura is great, and if I had to guess, if it would have to be, you probably would have to go E4. He's gonna have to go. What's going to happen here is he's going to have to open up these pawns where the king can't move. So if he goes D4 and then the queen comes out, yeah, the move would be, I think what's going to happen is the queen's going to end up coming for the black pieces because on, what is that? It's I guess A5. And that will trap this king, and there'll be no move. That's what's probably going to happen here. Let me see this.
Started, so we're expecting to see.
And this is happening in front of one of America's greatest players, GM Nakamura, Hbomb. I don't know. They call him Hbomb anymore? I know that maybe it was like 10, 15 years ago. I don't know. Are you allowed to call him Hbomb?
A Scotch from XQC. Do you have any insights on how you think Moist Critical will reply?
I don't actually know. I think Charlie has been maybe looking at the Sicilian defense is my guess, but I don't actually. Okay, plays E5. Okay.
E5.
So XQC
The best move, and that's probably the best opening for white.
He's gonna get his Scotch opening here. I think. Let's watch. Let's see.
All right, and if he does get it, then he will be familiar. So he's probably pretty happy to have seen E5. I think C5 may have put him a bit less in his comfort zone.
Right. I think
Everything's normal here.
E4, E5 is what a lot of players like to play, and here we go.
Okay, the kings. Okay. Oh fuck! I fucked it.
We get the Scotch opening. So XCC is very comfortable. I
Cross,
think
cross.
his main opening has been playing a lot. Okay, now Moist Critical plays Bishop C5, which is not a move that I like here. If the system is completely fine at an advanced level, I'm worried about the plans and the process here, because when you bring out the bishop like this, it can become very vulnerable right away. So I'm not sure that I like the variational approach here.
What the fuck?
No, please don't.
Ugh, it's over.
It's too soon.
It's
too soon.
Did you see Nakamura's face? Watch Nakamura's face. Watch him when he goes night takes night. Watch it.
Variational approach here.
Why would you be that aggressive? I want to watch that again and again.
The bishop like this it can become very vulnerable right away. So I'm not sure.
So he plays night takes.
Variational approach here.
He stops.
No, please don't. And it's too soon.
Maiden one.
It's too soon.
Yeah, he realizes. Critical realizes
Reach
it.
a climax.
This is great. That was great. That was fantastic. What opening was that? Oh, Nakamura. And I'm really happy to see that Hbomb's getting some credit. I love the fact that Chess is blowing up on Twitch. I love the fact that we know how dopey we already knew that XQC's dopey. And that was the funniest thing. I thought it was going to be that there's a way to do, I think it's for the black pieces only, now that I'm thinking of it. There's a way to do mate in 2. But you have to do some crazy opening. It's called Fool's Mate.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny. XQC, it's yeah. Like, what was the point of that? Well, it shows. Here's what I know from watching this: XQC has not studied a opening. Period. That there's certain things you can't do. You know, this is part of no opening because this leads to mate. The only way you win that is if you hope the other guy. You know, guys, they don't play like that. Like, you know, chess masters and stuff. They don't play like, well, I hope he doesn't see that shit. It's not like checkers or something like that. You know, they play so you can't be put in a bad position. You know, they try to force you to make a move that gives them the better of the exchange. But so he hasn't memorized any openings, and that's the problem with fucking chess nowadays. Is the computers have ruined it because it makes you memorize a lot of openings. There's something called Fisher Random Chess, which I may even be streaming it. I have to learn how to castle. I don't know how to do it. It actually changes the backboard each time. So like your rook can be on E1. It reverses it, and what that does, it makes the game all tactics rather than memorization for openings. So that was fantastic. Who put that in there? Dead Freak, beautiful. Cobra Kai Season 8 will not be on YouTube Premium. Highly recommend that show. Funny as hell. Funny as hell. I think I laughed hard on every episode of that. And of course, we got the new Arcade 1-Ups.
Oh yeah.
I probably will not be It's really 5 because you can get X-Men versus Street Fighter or Marvel vs. Capcom, I think. Let me see. This is for me.
Here comes a new challenger.
better not claim me. X-Men versus Street Fighter. So you could get a, it's basically the same machine. Well, actually, it's two different machines because the X-Men versus Street Fighter comes with 2 X-Men games, or 3. And the Marvel vs. Capcom 2 actually comes with one more game that I can see here. So it's actually 2 machines.
Pretty good.
Yeah, one has an X-Men theme and the other one's got a Marvel vs. Capcom theme. It's not bad. I like the way they changed the joysticks.
But dude,
yeah,
the big buck hunter. Come on.
I think that came out in 2000. I'm not interested. I'm interested to see how it works, and that's it.
I want that. I want that right now.
Really?
I love.
That thing's huge
like that.
too. That thing's a lot bigger. It's a lot wider than I think some of the other models
But
are.
dude, it's like now those arcade. Now that's my childhood.
Oh, Big Buck, because they had the bars and the restaurants over you. So yeah, all right, you have a connection to that.
Yeah.
Big Buck Comer came out when I was well into my 20s. So I don't have any. It's, you know what? A lot of those, when I was down south in the Army, a lot of those dopes played it. You know. Let me take some calls and we'll call it a night. How about that? All right, what do you say? Oh, we got a lot of people in here. Green Man, I have something to tell you, and I have something to tell everybody. There was something wrong with my Patreon account. If you need to get your Patreon rank, did I add you in the Green Patreon rank, or did you?
I don't know, Tommy, man. I don't know if you're scamming me for money. I'll need to check.
You got your Patreon rank. All right, I changed something, and it should give you the Patreon rank. So you already got it. Did I add you? Did I just add you? Did I eventually give up?
Fuck no, mate. I can't even remember.
You can't remember?
I was fried at my nut, mate.
Would you do me a favor? Would you leave the server and come back? Well, don't come back. No, but you leave the server and come back and see if it auto things, and I'll give your known fuckhead status back, like after the show.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I would. You'll get everything back, I promise. But yeah, leave the server. What do you got? One thing, we're going.
Just the statues. I'd like to talk to you about your opinion in bringing down the statues. So I'm not from America, so I don't know what statues have been coming down over there. Obviously, do you know what I mean?
I can't pay attention to them all. I think it's just it's an empty, pointless gesture.
But I know in the UK,
this is fucking history.
I don't think it is, because see in the UK, for instance, they bring down a statue of a guy called Carlton.
Yeah.
Who was a slave trader. That's all he done. He didn't do anything.
Yeah, I did read about that. I'll tell you my stance on this stuff. I don't like the fact that mobs are taking it down. But if the state decides to take it down, and it's done through a democratic process, then that's what the people have decided, and that I live with that. I don't like the random act of vandalism. I don't respect it. I think it's stupid. It's something right out of a radical Islamic playbook. All this fucking submission horse shit and tearing down stuff. I mean,
I'm shocked to hear this come from an American, to be honest. I thought the country who threw the tea in the harbour, who the people...
I just think it's ridiculous to judge these people. I mean, George Washington was a slave owner, which is repulsive. But I think he was part of creating something good. And he also was a part of something repulsive. And I don't know that should be wiped off. Like the good that he done should be wiped off. I think it really, what it's designed to do is everything that American is evil. I think that's really what it's designed to do.
But no, I don't agree with that, Tommy, because people aren't saying let's go blow up Mount Rushmore. They're saying, look, there's some parts of American history that some people in America, that their history wasn't being on the side of the non-slave owners. They weren't the people who were the Confederates. They weren't the Yankees in the North. They were the slaves. And those people walk through the
I don't
streets
buy that.
of
I think they want it all. I think most of these people are doing this are vehemently anti-American. Everything that's bad in the world comes from Americans, and why I think they're racist. I think everything comes. But I'm not going to sit there and deny that some of these historical figures were repulsive. I don't see the point. I see it's kind of ridiculous.
I think it's pro-American now, because like Tommy, people aren't saying let's go burn down like the Statue of Liberty. They're being very pacific.
How far? I don't buy that. I think it'll just grow. Madness just grows. We've gone from fucking taking these things down to get rid of goddamn the Paw Patrol cop. I'm sorry, I'm not impressed.
I don't know Paw Patrol, mate.
Yeah, it's a children's TV show. This is madness.
Fair, that might be true, but specifically with the statues, as a British person, the statues that come down in Britain, there's a statue of a guy called Oliver Cromwell who committed countless genocides in Ireland against the Irish people. He went and he was the manager for the plantations. I have to walk in my city and see a statue of a guy did that to my ancestors. And that thinks I was less than human.
Sure, and those would be my ancestors too.
Yeah,
we're all both of Irish Catholic descent. You know what? I'm sorry. I'm not going to freak the fuck out about that. Fucking, I wasn't alive during that time. I do understand that. I think it's important to put, but I don't know what good tearing down statue does. I don't get that. If the people of Glasgow want to tear that down, and I'm cool with it. That's their decision. But there's something about destroying history that just sounds crazy to me.
Yeah, I also like to make a point. I don't think it's fair to call it vandalism, because as you're saying, usually the way we deal with these issues is we go through our political bureaucracies. People have tried that. So for the
but sometimes you lose when you try that. And if you don't like to call it vandalism, you're just denying the truth. It's vandalism. It is literally vandalism. If you vandalize it, it's vandalism. It's not like vandalism, but it's vandalism. Even if it's
I think that's known the political aspect of it. Constituents are feeling, Tommy, no matter how you feel.
I mean, I'm sorry, you could do this forever. You could do this fucking forever. I'm sorry. Winston Churchill brutally punished my ancestors in Ireland with the black and tans. But he's also the reason the Nazis are defeated. What are we going to do? Tear down everything from Churchill? I mean, it's getting ridiculous.
That's actually a big debate in the UK. I actually think we need to recognise the complexities of Churchill.
I think this is Arab. This is Arab fucking terror, Islam madness. This is what it is.
You guys.
This is something they do this in backwards nations.
How you saying? Look, Winston Churchill. Let's go that example. Okay, Winston Churchill was a great man. He took the British people.
Yeah, but he also committed a minor genocide in Ireland.
Yeah, not just that, but Tommy, he committed the Bengal famine, which is actually a serious discussion that's happening in Westminster.
I don't think that's a discussion for today.
So,
I just don't get it.
What I'm saying is, when people go destroy these statues, Tommy, right, there is critical processes to do that. But clearly, no matter what your opinion is, there's constituents in our community who feel so deeply unhappy and feel like the political representatives who they elect aren't doing the things that they want so much that they need to go do this. I don't think that we should be looking at each other as conservatives or voters, because at the end of the day, voters, if you're conservative, liberal, socialist, we might disagree in this, but I feel like
but when you said this is getting to be world's house, I got to move on because I got to move to other people. But look, if you lose the debate, you lose the debate. If you're a minority, you don't have enough votes, you can't take it down. You got to live with that. I'm sorry. It's like we tried over and over again. Okay, you lost. Take the loss. It's not like I tried over and over again. I get my way. I get to destroy shit. I'm sorry. That's not democracy.
Yeah, just don't.
That's not democracy. That's a free for all. Then why have the vote to begin with? Why don't you just fucking take it down?
I think a part of democracy is being able to do things like strike, go out to do.
I can't believe. I tell you something. I know you're Irish Catholic. All right, I know that there's still sectarian violence where you're from. All right, I understand all that. And by the way, I'm on your side. I don't like that stuff. I'm generally going to side. But I'm telling you something. I can't imagine being Scottish and giving a rat's fucking ass in fucking 2020. A rat's ass. I don't know if I'd like it. I don't know if I'd care if it got taken down, but I was like, you said something before that really, I have to walk by that every day. So people have to just see all sorts of shit they don't like every day. What makes you fucking special?
I'm not saying personally, Tommy. I personally couldn't give it. I think all of these mad protests.
And you're telling me that it's not fucking what it is. That's what the lefties do. It's not really rioting. Yes, it is. I'm sorry. I'm not on board with this one, Green Man. I'm not on board with it. You're just gonna have to accept. You're going to have to accept the fact that I think it's ridiculous. I'm sorry.
That's what I think about a lot of leftists are done, because we do live in a democracy and people are allowed to have their opinions.
Live for today, not for fucking 100 years ago. You know, I tell you something. I'm going to let you go after this. I'm going to let you go. All right, I remember the last time I got offended. You want to know the last time I got offended? It was about 6 years ago, 7 years ago. All right, there was the BBC was going to put out a show, like sort of like Father Ted, but it was going to joke about the Irish potato famine. Now, I was told as an Irish American that is the worst fucking thing the English did to us. And the reason we were in the United States is because they were chased out because they starved our people to death. And this is one of the worst things that British was, and they've never properly apologized. I went through all that shit as an Irish American, okay? All right. And I went to, you know, I lived very close to an Irish bar where some of my closest friends were at the time. They all moved away since, right? And I went in there and I said, this is bullshit. This shouldn't go on, blah, blah, blah. This is the last time I truly got offended, all right? And the fucking two guys from Dublin, right? The real Irishman said, well, Tommy, don't you want to wait to see if it's funny or not? But I was like, but this is wrong. This is racist. This is and they were like, let's give it a chance, mate. And you know what? That was exactly what I needed to hear. I can't go around my whole life being fucking offended for shit that had nothing to do with me. And the Irish potato famine, as horrible as it was, and I'm aware of the history, and I've read all about it, and blah, 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 I can't live my life through something that happened fucking, 200 years ago? 200 years? Are you fucking kidding me?
Tommy, it's not 200 years ago for me. For me, it's been going to that.
It only look, you're breaking up. It for you. You're making it that way. You're making it that. You're keeping that in your heart. You're living an old fuck. You're living through an old hatred. Release your old hatred. That's my advice. Have a good day. He's never going to shut up.
The fucking date is still 2020 where he is.
Look, I get it. I think those things are horrible. Yeah. I have no respect for people that fucking persecuted my ancestors. But I'm sorry. I got to go on with the rest of my day. I mean, because otherwise you get it. That's identity politics. You get sucked into that way of thinking. You know.
All right. So you don't like the statue? Don't go to it.
Don't go there if you can. Lots of things I don't fucking like. I think Malcolm X was a great fucking guy, and he said a lot of racist crap. But I had to tolerate things being named Malcolm X this and that growing up. That's what the people wanted.
Yeah,
I got to deal with it. Hang site, one thing.
Hang site.
Yo,
what's up?
Yo, what's up, guys?
What's up, my African brother?
Yo, my I can say nigger, right? I'm black. I can say that. So
I can say that. You're my African brother. Well, I can say that too.
I give you the pass. So
thanks. I didn't call you the N-word. I said you're my brother. What the fuck? You don't have to give me a pass. What's up, Hank?
Hey, if Vault jumps out of the building, then I'll give you the pass. How about that?
All right. What do you want?
All right. Hey, I want to talk about Sean Views Entertainment, aka want to see my dick?
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm a wrestling fan, so I was a little surprised when you brought up his name because he was considered to be one of the biggest wrestling
at one time. Yeah, I do remember. I'm going to delete my YouTube channel unless I hit 100K by the end of the month, and he didn't, and then he kept going.
Yeah, he just kept going, and then
he kept going until he just dragged it. It was great.
He went in an argument with JD a couple years ago and was like saying, "Why you call me a failure? I'm not a failure," and that's like that would kill him.
JD's a douchebag too.
Yeah, but like I have a question though. Like,
you know what that guy told me? I think he lives in Brooklyn or Queens or something, and he never went to Manhattan or something. He never. You know, we were talking about like New York stuff. I was like, I ever go there in Manhattan? Because I didn't grow up far from New York. He's like, I've never left or something. Like, what a weirdo. Something I forget exactly what it was, but maybe he's been to Manhattan since. Can you imagine living in that city and never going to Manhattan for any fucking thing? But go ahead.
Yeah, but like, there's so much you can put clickbait CM Punk stuff before your channel runs out of content. I think that's what Sean's channel was dead. That's why he doesn't get that much views.
He went to the well once too often with clickbaity horseshit. That's it. You can't trust his news. What he would do is, Cronin told me this. He would go to dirt sheets and just regurgitate them. That's what he did. And he ended up quitting his job and doing that. And now it doesn't get the hits it used to. He's just he's got a funny voice. You know, he kind of sounds like a wrestling guy from the East Coast, and there's just Sean's view. He is a funny YouTuber.
I always feel like isn't it an act? Because does he really talk like that? I always thought it was an act with him.
I think so. When I was on Cronin's show live, he called in, and then when I got back to Germany, he got a strike on it, and more than likely it was him. He probably was bought and stuff, and I don't think he has the power he used to, but it was probably him. That's what we thought. I mean, I don't know that for a fact, but that's what we thought. But it was
also a different time before, like channels like Wall Culture and like other channels.
Yeah,
like
we had to compete with them, but then the guy ended up getting the guy at Wall Culture. He might have righteously got Me Too'd, from what I understand.
Yeah,
Yeah, he got we did a thing on him, and he looked guilty. Not Angie Signor guilty. He's an English guy. What Culture? Yeah, remember that?
Yeah, that guy was a total.
I was involved with that. I don't know why you was so surprised I brought it up. I was with I started on Cronin, so.
No, I mean, the reason I was a little surprised because his channel's dead and no one really talks about him. So I stopped. You didn't really bring him up.
If you want to see his dick, go to Pornhub. He's out there. All right, I'll talk to you later. Exit.
I'm Muslim. Thank you.
You good? Well, okay.
Brother.
Yeah. Well, how come the Muslims in Iraq used to say girls are for marriage, boys are for pleasure? So I heard them repeat that.
They're saying that they hate gays, but
yeah, it's okay. But if you molest some poor fucking boy off the street, yeah, that's what they said. And you think I'm fucking kidding, Chad? Yes, that is a commonly spoken. But in fairness, I was in a shithole. All right. Talk to you later, Kingsight. I have to go over a buzz. I might not be able to get to anybody because I promised to stream on the arcade. If you guys, I'm streaming Samurai Showdown, the modern version. It just came out for Epic Games, has it now. So we're going to be streaming that right after this. And I might even take calls there too. Buzz, you're on the air.
Hey, how's it going?
You tell me, man.
Let me mute the stream real fast. All right. So I'm kind of surprised at how many people are still following on with Ethan, despite him canceling Keemstar in a sense.
Not really.
Trying to take down his video, and people are.
Well, he keeps running his mouth on weird stuff. Keeps happening, and he keeps running his mouth on Twitter. Otherwise, this would be a dead story. In fairness.
Yeah, they're both going back and forth, and H3's like, "Oh, I don't care," but I
don't care for the 13,000th time. Yeah.
And I think almost every YouTuber has been saying this whole. They've been giving into this whole BLM thing, except for a few exceptions, which will go out and speak against it because of how.
I think it's me and Dankula. It's me and Dankula. That's it.
Yeah, I think it really just shows how prominent this whole cancer culture is thing.
Cancer.
I've seen people posting on any social media saying, "Oh, I lost my cousin today. She didn't die. She's just racist." And I think that's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, it sounds like
most
cult.
People just hear
that's what that's the first thing cult members do. Did they tell your family members to be a part of the cult if they're not? They tell you to purge them. Yeah, that's the trait of a cult. That's the first the most identifiable trait is to purge your family members because of thought crimes. That's common for people who want control of other people is to purge their family members. If I have a racist relative, I'm still gonna fucking love my relative. I mean, just what the fuck? He's racist.
Yeah.
And if he does something horrible or a criminal, I'll turn him in. But it's like you're allowed to think what you want. All right, Buzz, I got to get through. I got one last guy in here. Talk to you later.
Yeah, no problem.
Bye-bye. Thanks for the call. Permafrost. Hello?
Hey, I've seen a number of YouTubers over the years get demonetized, and then they're still able to sort of subsist themselves on donations and Patreon and merch sales and sponsors and things like that.
Like
do
who?
You think that's
straight demonetized? The only guy I know of is Dankula. Who else do you know of?
ROTC does a podcast. They're demonetized on YouTube. I think there's a few political guys that do sponsors.
Yeah.
It's not unheard of.
But how big?
How big are they though? After a certain point, there's nothing they can do. Somebody like Crowder, but
yeah, he can do it. I mean, it depends on how loyal your fan base is. But I mean, do you think that's a viable option in the future?
I don't know. It's gonna, have to do the numbers at the end of the month. I don't know.
I mean, I don't know the financials. It could be a part-time thing for some people.
Well, everybody else has got clipped as a part-timer except me, or not a pro. They're just,
Pro. Yeah,
not that Nick Diorio's content isn't professional. It's just.
Well, Well, but he never
You know?
he never made money.
He's not.
off
He's
it
not
really
a
that much.
professional YouTuber. You know.
Tipster was part time, and Augie's like, was he 18
Yeah, he's
or
a
something?
kid. You know. Yeah. But still, it
so
doesn't make. I don't. It's horseshit. You know.
Oh yeah,
it's horseshit either way.
But I mean,
you know?
do you at least think there's a possibility that so long as people don't get outright banned, they can sort of stay around and do the sponsor stuff?
Yes, but it's just like, we have why I should be able to take some other kind of stuff. Like the problem is AdSense. AdSense is a monopoly. Is monopolized by Google. So I mean, there's bigger issues here.
I mean that's a whole nother issue. The
Yeah.
AdSense and the payment processors.
Yeah, it's like, and you don't know, and it's like if you know somebody at YouTube, clearly Suzy Lou does, and just it sounds like she got fucked. She laid low long enough, and then she's got a good relationship with this person that more than likely got her on YouTube Rewind, and is gonna attack their perceived enemies, as harassers. Because if you listen to her, all the criticism was harassment. None of it was legitimate. Not one tiny bit.
Here's the thing. Do you think there's a solution? Because I know everyone does, the private corporation stuff.
Yes, YouTube goes out. If you're helping other YouTubers, you're fired. It's not going to happen.
But I mean, even if the government came in and broke up YouTube or AdSense or whatever, they'd probably just fuck some other shit up.
Probably. But at least the government would have control of free speech. And see, the thing is, if the government's got control of it and they're fucking people over, you could take it up with the courts. You could take it up with them in the courts. There's things you can do with the government. There's not as much you can do with these corporations if they own everything.
How much money are we're not talking about multinational corporations?
But see, once the government takes it over, the First Amendment applies. The First Amendment doesn't apply to YouTube as we speak.
It'll be YouTubers having to pursue that. A YouTuber with just a YouTube channel can't fight that in the courts. They don't have the money for it.
No, but like you get a situation like it's government, and they're not allowing people to use or practice the First Amendment. You could take it up with the government, right?
So they wouldn't even do that to begin with. I see what.
But it would still be an expensive undertaking either way. But it'd be a lot easier to get support. And the way the laws work now, YouTube can kick anybody off for any reason at any time and not pay anybody. So whether it's censorship or AdSense, they are in a legal position. Once the government gets involved, government's not in a strong position to censor as a company, on their private servers. I think the answer to the problem is they might have to make some of these public. Oh, wow, I sound like a Marxist. Or at least in some way public. Or limit their options on how they can deperson people. Because all of a sudden you're hearing about corporate rights from the left. But yeah, there's got to be. I'm sure there's something to be done. I'm sure. Look, I'm not a lawyer, or a lawmaker, and I'm sure there's a creative thing you could do where you can give YouTube ownership over it. But there's only so many things they can do to people's accounts.
Well, look at the phone companies. The phone companies can't kick you off for saying something on the telephone?
No, they can't, right? And they could be put under something similar. If I'm a racist, well, technically, although I imagine, LA-based comedian would disagree with me, Dick Masterson, you're not allowed to take somebody's bank account away. That's completely and totally illegal, but you need a lawsuit to fight it.
Wait, let me ask you this. Doesn't Dick have the money to fight that lawsuit? Why doesn't he?
No. I mean, I'm sure he makes good money, but not that kind of money.
If you're going up against a bank.
Yeah, we're talking Supreme Court shit.
Yeah, you're right. He might have a clean mill, but that's not.
Yeah, and it looks like these in most cases like this in the past, the corporations weren't willing to fight. Looks like Jack's willing to fight with Trump.
But he's certainly tempting Trump.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, but I mean, does Trump have the votes in the House and the Senate to pass a social media bill to protect people like me? Probably not.
As far as I'm aware, Trump could use an EO to get some existing legislation enforced or something like that. It's really a weird roundabout.
Now you're above the chat's head and mine too.
Okay, sorry.
I don't know.
I lost you.
Yeah. All right, I'll talk to you later.
All right, see ya.
I think that's done. I think we had a good show.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah, let's see. Has Tommy seen the guy getting his skull cracked? Yeah, I'm a little afraid to play it. I heard about it. Fuck him. Yeah, I whatever. Again, my position on the, I don't know. It's like you could take as many of those statues down as you like, but that's not going to save You know, one black person from one racist cop. It's never going to happen. I'm going to Tommy C's Arcade after this, and I'll see you. Bye.
This is the almighty infinite, independent excellence. Devil fighting, rebel titan, weed smoking alchemist. Fake identities, okay, you cool with Jason Bourne. Running with these Wolverines, okay, you about to catch a storm. I ain't never been a liar, got tired of niggas playing me. Head in my legs like she about to catch a pedigree. Chi-town to King's home, slapping fives, black stones, 6 mile to danger zones. Bullets look like waffle cones. Folk affiliated the evolution of Machiavelli. Don't make me read them eagles to you like I'm Chip Kelly. They feel my struggle, I express it through my hip hop. I'm about to make it hard to breathe, here's a headline.